Hello and welcome to Pravus Gaming and another round of Plague Inc. Evolved. So over the last couple of weeks we have managed to get a couple of diseases on Mega Brutal under our belt, namely the Parasite, the Virus, and the Necroa Virus. I think it's time we try for our fourth. So let's see if we can make that happen today. Let's go to single player. Now, I have seen some comments suggesting that I should do custom scenarios in the future. That's a pretty interesting idea, hadn't really considered it before. There are a lot of interesting scenarios created by the Steam Workshop that I could make use of. The problem is there's also too many of them, so can you guys help me out and narrow it down for me? Any particular scenarios that you know of that you've either played yourself or that you've seen that are really interesting or fun or wacky? If so, let me know in the comments section and I will take those under consideration. In the meantime though, we're going to continue moving forward with just regular plagues and get some Mega Brutal stuff done. We could always do official scenarios as well, by the way. That's no problem. Alright, let's play. Now, one thing we are missing here, we've already done Bacteria Virus, we've done Nurex Worm, though I haven't done that on camera, although I did do Brutal, and it was the same strategy, worked just fine. Parasite's done, Necroa Virus is done. We're going to do the Fungus today, because Fungus is considered by many to be the most boring of them all. I would say it's not the most boring, it's just the most frustrating. Because you can have a really good strategy that seems to work just fine, and then just by pure, stupid, dumb luck, you lose. As has been the case in the several practice attempts I have done for this video. So, we're going to try it again, and it's frustrating as heck, but we're going to make it happen. I swear to God, we're going to make it happen. Alright, Metabolic Jump is going to be our choice of genetic code here. More DNA from red biohazard bubbles. I'm going to explain my strategy behind that in a little bit, but no catalytic switch, we're going to go for red. Genetic Mimic is always a good choice for Mega Brutal. Make your plague harder to cure. Aquacide is still my personal favorite because it increases your odds of spreading to those pesky island nations. Extremophile is always good. And instead of Symptostasis, we're going to go for Pathostasis. Ability costs do not increase. I think that is going to be an absolute necessity for the Fungus. We're going to be playing on Mega Brutal, of course, because, we like to make things hard for ourselves, and, it also gets more views on YouTube, apparently. And as far as a name, I think last time we did the Fungus was either on normal or brutal difficulty, and we called it the Fungus Among Us, which was pretty fun. As far as a name this time around, though, I had a little bit of trouble thinking up one. I mean, you could always do Shrooms or something like that, but come on. Gotta have a little bit more originality than that. And then I remembered there was a book series that I read when I was a young child that did actually feature a deadly fungus, at least at one point in the series. You guys may be familiar with the Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, which is an awesome name, by the way. Well, at least in one of their later books, the children did encounter a very dangerous fungus called the Medusoid mycelium. Yeah. So, those of you who are in my age group, you might remember those book series, and this might be familiar to you. For the rest of you, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's fine. You don't need to know. Just know that this time around it's called Medusoid mycelium. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome to Plague Inc. Let's go ahead and pick our starting country. We're not going to do a rich nation this time around, because I think that's going to be very counterproductive for the fungus. And it might be tempting to go for a really rich country, I'm sorry, not a rich country, a high population country like India or China or Brazil. Those are probably pretty good options. That's definitely an alternative strategy. I'm going to go for Egypt, or, yeah, we're going to go for Egypt, I think, just because of the two ports. I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to spread a little bit by boat before we have to start making use of the Fungus's special ability. So on that point, what is unique about the Fungus? Well, the Fungus has a really, really hard time spreading to new countries. Whether by boat, by air, by land. It's just very unlikely in comparison to the other plagues that you will infect a new country. It's not impossible, it'll totally happen. Just very slow in comparison to the other disease types. Now, in order to counteract that, the Fungus comes with a special ability called Spore Burst, which basically allows you to affect a random new country. That's pretty good, actually, for us, because we have Pathostasis, and there's a lot of hidden Spore Bursts right here, but what's going to happen is it's only going to cost 1 point per Spore Burst, and we're going to be able to infect a lot of countries pretty much for free, and pop a bunch of red bubbles, which, in combination with our extra DNA from red bubbles, is actually going to profit us pretty well. Now, why don't I do that immediately, you might ask? Because I could just pop this, get a red bubble, and just keep funding a whole bunch of spore bursts, and it just infect like 20 countries right now. Well, the reason I'm not going to do that is because the higher your severity is, the more points you will get per red bubble. So my thought is, we actually want to get a little bit of severity so that we'll get more bang for our buck with every spore burst we use. Because otherwise we might run out of gas. So I'm going to focus a little bit on some symptoms, get a little bit of severity going. Yeah, that's the fungus disease type, don't care. Get a little bit of severity going so that as we spread, we're just going to get more points. That's going to be necessary in order to keep going, I think, in order to fund our efforts. Otherwise, it's really easy to run out of gas on this, and the cure progress is going to be so gosh darn fast. So, let's go ahead and pick up Rash, because of course we want to work our way down toward Necrosis. That's just, a given at this point. Let's go ahead and bump up to speed 3. If my voice sounds a little bit hoarse right now, it's because I've attempted to do this several times already, and not had a whole lot of luck. I'm going to pick up Cysts next, because they're pretty good for the amount of points that you'll spend. New social network. Oh joy. Okay, good. A couple orange bubbles in a row. That's nice. Do we want to pick up Sweating? More dangerous in cold countries. Probably won't affect us that much at this point. Let's go ahead and pick up Water level 1. We'll try to get a little bit of infectivity. If we're lucky, we'll get on a boat to, like, India or something like that. Could happen. Potentially. It's not super likely, but it could totally happen. More points, more points. Let's go ahead and pick up Air level 1. Egypt is an arid country after all, so spreading by air is actually pretty easy to Egypt and a lot of the neighboring countries. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Get that orange bubble. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Birds level 1, actually, so that we have a chance to spread to random other land borders. I could pick up Insects, and that'd be pretty good around the equator region, but birds will still work, in theory, around Europe and North America and other stuff as well, so I'm going to try to make that work. Coughing just developed for free. Okay, that's a little bit more severity and infectivity for me. Not bad. Not too bad. We're just waiting to see if we can start infecting any neighboring countries. Now I'm going to want to pick up Water level 2 next. Again, in combination with Aquasite, I'm hoping that that's going to lead to us hitting up some other nations. Again, it's not impossible with a fungus. It's just really difficult. But it can happen. Festival of Love in Libya. Well, I don't really feel like spending the points on nausea. So we're not going to do that. They found us already. Okay, we've only infected 50 million people, but I guess we did kind of hit critical mass in Egypt, so that was more or less inevitable. Joy. Here's Saudi Arabia. That's good. Water level 2, please. And please, please, please send a boat to India. Egypt starts working on a cure. That was really fast. Actually. Very fast. I'm not happy about that. Pneumonia just developed for free. Okay. I mean, the colder regions are going to be more vulnerable to that. More severity for me, I suppose. Can I really complain? No, not really. Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit of an early spread in Africa. It's not bad, but again, I'd really like to see some boats go out. There's one. Spain. Okay. Let's hit up Air 2. So we're more likely to spread in these arid countries. And since we're infecting Saudi Arabia, I'm really hoping that an airplane from Saudi Arabia will go to, like, Iceland, for instance. Saudi Arabia can go to a lot of different places. So here's hoping. There's the UK. All right. That's an island nation, technically. So there's India. Good. So hitting up a place like India is going to give us a huge population pool to start infecting. There's the USA, actually. So we have a foothold in North America. Flooding has occurred. Okay. And it actually damaged research facilities. So technically, I think there's less research potential from the USA. That's very lucky for us. We're going to pick up Extreme Bioaerosol, and here's hoping we hit up a lot of nations for free before we have to use our plague bursts, or our spore bursts. I keep saying that for some reason. Now, the reason we want that is because the more nations we've already hit up and infected, the more likely, just statistically, that whenever we use our spore bursts, they're going to hit up one of those pesky island nations. Those things will mess up with us. This actually is really fortunate. We just got additional infectivity in arid countries right now, due to global warming, apparently. Well, good. I don't mind that, because we have Air 2. In fact, we have bioaerosols, so we are now much more likely to spread throughout Africa and this kind of equator region, which is very good for us, actually. Very, very good. All right, cool. Let's pick up Sweating before things get too much more expensive, I suppose. I don't want to increase my severity a lot more, though, because right now there is not a lot of active research. And that's very important. The less active research there is, the slower the cure is going to be. I'm okay with that. Instead, let's go ahead and pick up drug resistance level 1 and genetic hardening level 1 just to make sure things stay fairly slow. Hypersensitivity just mutated for free. That's good in rich countries, so the USA is going to be a little bit more vulnerable. I'm okay with that. There's Russia. Knowing that, let's pick up cold resistance level 1 to increase our spread down there next. There's Australia. We're getting a reasonable spread right now, despite the fact that we haven't used any of our spore bursts. How's the... Still not a lot of active research right now. India just shut down their airports. Let's go for genetic hardening level 2. Again, the earlier you make advantage of this, the better things are going to be, honestly. It's going to slow them down a bit. Cold resistance? We don't need any more transmission. I'm going to pick up skin lesions. That will drastically increase our infectivity and severity. Odds are pretty good. More cure resistance is going to start happening, but, you know, that's kind of unavoidable. Let's pick up cold resistance level 2, so we're more likely to hit up some of the northern countries. I've been saying hit up a lot. We just got placed on the watch list. I'm not a fan of that, but the active research is still relatively low, and that's really important that we pay attention to that. It just increased a bit, actually. Thanks to that stupid watch list. Gosh dang it all. Alright. South Africa. Okay, now that someone's leading the global cure effort, it's time we start making use of some spore bursts. So, something you need to know about the fungus is that if I do multiple spore bursts right now, before I close down this menu, then it is entirely possible that the 2 of the spore bursts, or 3 or whatever, will pick the same random country, and you'll basically just waste a point and a spore burst. And these are very valuable, especially on Mega Brutal. We can't really afford to do that. So the way to get around that is you do 1, close the menu down. I'm going to just boom this regular speed for now. Click on the red bubbles, and then pick a new one, and close it down. And let's see who got infected. It was France, that's cool, and so on. It's very tedious. I acknowledge that, but what are you going to do? It's just how it is. Italy, we're getting a bit more active research. Spore burst, please! Spore bursts as many as possible. Hit up an island. I would like you to kill the island countries. Again, that requires a fair bit of luck. That was Korea, not Japan. We're spreading. Alright. Whew, boy. What do we do at this point? I'm gonna hit up necrosis next, I think. That will drastically increase our severity. So, well, if we do, everybody's gonna start working on this cure, though. That's the problem. Everybody will. Boy. Paralysis, abscesses. Abscesses is still pretty good. We'll do it. Or do I want insomnia for less productivity? Let's do insomnia. Paranoia. That'll have to do. Everything's getting more expensive is the problem. I'm trying a different tactic than I usually do right now, but I feel like this may be necessary. We slowed down their cure progress a teeny weeny bit. Oh, gosh, dang. Alright, well that's New Guinea. We're still missing Madagascar, Caribbean, Iceland, Greenland, New Zealand, Philippines, Japan. Pretty much all the island nations that we care about. Oh, gosh dang it, no, don't hunt down patient 0. Don't do it. There's Canada, I think. Yep, thank you. So, at this point, we've infected pretty much all the wealthy nations. Most of them, anyway. The question now is, do we go for something like necrosis? That's a lot of active cure progress. I feel like we kind of have to start killing people off. Alright. Alright, we're gonna do it now. It's probably time. Alright, necrosis. And... seizures? Toward insanity? I was thinking paralysis toward coma, but maybe seizures and insanity would be a good combo. No, this still leads toward total organ failure. It's still probably better. Throw for paralysis next, then coma. And now, let's go ahead and use a spore eruption while we have very high severity. We hit up Iceland. Good, good. Not any more islands, though. That sucks. Alright, that's Finland. Iceland. We're actually getting a fair number of points per time, though. 3, 4, 3. It's better than the 1 or 2 we would have gotten if we had very low severity and we had just popped all the spore bursts right away. Yeah, active cure progress is now starting to really kick up, so we need to ramp up our game. Oh boy. Coma, 44 points. I'm gonna save up for Coma. First death in the UK. Well, hopefully as we start killing people off... Oh, that was a lot of points all of a sudden. Okay. Coma it is. Let's slow things down. Slow down, bro. Global research focused on cure. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Inflammation developed for free. Is that lethal? Yeah, it can be. Alright, island nations, still a bit of a problem. South America, please get more infected than you currently are. Please do. Total organ failure would be good. Well, we're getting a little bit of infectivity. 58 points, though. Jeez. Seizures? No. No. If we're going to go for anything, we have to go for the lethality of total organ failure. There's Brazil. Some more stuff in Central America. We actually just hit the Philippines up for free without using our spore bursts, which is kind of nice. Cure progress is starting to scare me a bit, though, is the problem. Alright, we have to start doing spore bursts to try and get those extra points, because we are lacking those right now. Islands. We are looking for islands to start getting infected, please. That's New Zealand, so that's good. Another spore burst would be good. Greenland, okay, we're getting lucky. Caribbean, Ukraine, Madagascar, Japan. Actually, we're in good shape right now. I can't really wait the few days that it will take to do these one at a time, so I'm going to do all of them. It's only going to cost me like 5 points, but we're going to get every nation infected right now. So let's do that. Paranoia in Japan and Iran. Okay. Doop. So that's the entire world done. Okay, now let's go for that total organ failure. See if we can start killing people off fast enough that they won't be able to work on the cure, because it's going to be pretty tight. I mean, the USA still isn't fully infected yet, and they're going to be a major contributor at this point. Let's go ahead and do that genetic reshuffle right now, because I feel like we're going to need that time. Pretty much guaranteed. We've actually killed off half the world. It's growing really fast. But we haven't really infected places like Greenland yet. Are we infecting faster than we're killing, or the other way around? If we're killing faster than we're infecting, we're in trouble. Saudi Arabia, our anarchy, USA is starting to spread. We've actually destroyed a fair bit of cure potential, so that's pretty good. Canada, are we infecting? Oh, it's pretty close. We're killing about as fast as we can infect. We're gonna need drug resistance level 2, I think. Can we afford this and genetic reshuffle too? Yes. Yes, we can. So let's pick this up and a genetic reshuffle, so we can buy ourselves a little bit more time. Greenland just exploded. That's fun. And yes, we are growing faster in Canada than we're killing. We've also managed to destroy a lot of cure potential. That's really good. We might make it. It's pretty close, but I think we may actually have it this time. Oh, please tell me we do. Seriously, sneezing developed for free. That's fine. Seriously, after doing this like 8 times, it starts to really drag on you. I mean, this is tough. It's tough. Let's go ahead and pick up the fever, I think, just because why not? A little extra lethality. As long as we aren't... Well, who else is not... Who else is not infected? I'm trying to find a country. It says that there are still uninfected people in the world. Whoops, that's not it. Can we find the infected people? Whoa. This is not a menu that I usually would use. No, I don't care about that. Anyway, there's some people that are supposedly uninfected. I want to find out where they are, but I can't find them. Canada's infected. The USA is infected. I don't know. That's a real question. If we're killing them off faster than we're infecting them, I'm going to be a bit worried. That's what it comes down to. But I can't find them anywhere. All right. No? We're just going to go for it then. I mean, the infected numbers are still going down really fast. I'm kind of worried. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to refund total organ failure. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm worried that... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, our infectivity went up a bit. No healthy people left in the world. Okay. Okay, now we're pretty good. I was worried that maybe, just maybe, we were killing people off faster than we could infect them, and if we did that and just like a few thousand people managed to survive, that would still be a loss for us. So I was worried that that could happen, although I guess with necrosis maybe I shouldn't have worried so much. Either way, though, even though it's going to slow down the game a bit, by devolving total organ failure, we have guaranteed ourselves a victory at this point. 85% cure progress. That was pretty close. Actually, just went up to 88. How'd that happen? Down to 4 million people, though. It's going really slow. This is one of the slowest killing plagues I think I've ever had, actually. Can I hope for 4 or 5 stars? Probably not. Maybe 2. 2 stars is probably all I can really get on this, but, you know, that's something. I mean, as long as it's off my list and we beat it on Mega Brutal, do I really care that much? No. Wow, we're up to 92% cure progress. Yeah, it's slowly going down. Slowly going down. I think this is it, though. I mean, I feel pretty good. Even though the cure is still amazingly still going up, we've got it. We finally got it. Oh, freaking heck, man. The fungus is not, like, an interesting plague. It's really frustrating. 93%. The frustration of not being able to control easily where you're gonna go, just relying on random luck. I mean, I guess that's redundant, but still. Very frustrating. Doable, though, and it's gonna be off my list forever. Thank God. I don't ever have to do the fungus again. This is harder than the Necroa virus. Victory! Medusoid mycelium has eliminated all life on Earth, blah blah blah. 3 stars! I mean, okay. I mean, you know, it's not good. But I feel like the strategy was pretty solid, it's just, it required a lot of luck. And that's pretty much all it comes down to at this point. I think it just really required a heck of a lot of luck. We did our darndest, though, and I think that's all that really matters. I feel like I'm pretty proud of this one. Well, I don't think we really need to sit back and watch the rest of this this playback. I think you know exactly what happened, so I'm gonna have to take a break here because my back is actually tense from how long that I sat here working on this stupid video. This took a long time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, then please be sure to hit that like button. It does help for search results on YouTube. Leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe for my future content. My name has been Pravus, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.